Hello. The Queen of Scuff has arrived. I'm here. Very late, but I'm here. Yes, I did debate not streaming. But you know what? I have to do it. So yeah, hey Andrew. Good to see you. So we are going to today. What we're going to do is, I was going to do a different Warren Smith video, but then I listened to the Contrapoints one, and then I listened to extra stuff that he had also said about it. So I was like, okay, no, we got to focus on this one, definitely. I am enjoying his content though. Just hey Bearcat, good to see you. Yeah, I am enjoying his content. So I could have picked any one of them, but this is what's going on in his channel at the moment. So I thought we would go over it. It's a 15-minute video, so it's a bit longer. I had prepared for the other conversation. I was working on the transcript previously, so all of that preparation is for another time. Now we're just gonna be doing this one. That's what we're gonna be up to. Hey Rosales, hello guys. Good to see everybody. This one pissed off parts of the internet. Yeah, I haven't been on Twitter about it, but okay, so let's just go. I'll show you what I mean by it's what's going on for him. And also you
women. It's interesting.
In his pinned comment here, he actually does address it. The locals. Hi, Alex. A lot of, so yeah, here, I have noticed that ever since the Contrapoints video, there has been an influx of bot accounts or subscribers that are only here to try and affect the channel performance. Whenever a video is posted, they dump subs and then resub on an older video. It will not stop the channel, but I appreciate the support of all the real people out there. So he, if you go to his actual channel here, it's got up to 30K. Sure. Today, I thought earlier it was about 28. So he's getting subscribers that I hope that are real as well. So what happened was he did the Contrapoints 8 days ago, and that got 29,000 views. Or no, he got this one and said he was going to. He was saying, listen, I'm going to do a Contrapoints analysis, and then he went and did it, and that got 15,000 video views. And then he goes and continues with his content, goes about his life, and that was actually, I think this one was the one that I was going to do. This Elon Musk one is the one that I was busy with before I saw the Contrapoints thing. Then the mob is here, got released today-ish, and he talks about what happened to his channel and what happened on Twitter, although he didn't say exactly so much. He just said basically he's gotten attacked on Twitter. People are tagging his employer and trying to get him cancelled because of this. So when you go through this Contrapoints video, you're like, dude has not said anything that controversial. It's not over the top. He is not. But people have just gone for him, which is, I guess that they're going for him. It's not even just because of the Contrapoints thing. It is because he was busy. He basically, you can see it's like, ooh, he took J.K. Rowling's side, and that was wrong. In his video that went viral, the discussion with the student. This one here, you can see 637,000 views. That's proper, really, compared to the rest. Like, this is insane. And then there's also the 40K. We should go over that one as well. So yeah, this all of this is great stuff because it is very short and I can actually go through it. But this did tempt me to go through the Contrapoints video, but it's 2 hours. Imagine diagramming that. No. He's on the side scrollers now. I think that helped boost subs today. Oh, okay. That's cool. And I hope that he's getting the support he deserves from that as well, because there's lots of people that agree with him and lots of people that just don't agree with canceling a person because of that sort of thing. So yeah, let's continue. But the reason, so that's why I wanted to do this. It is a somewhat shorter video than I'm used to anyway. But I did want to just pick up on some of the points that he makes, and also just put that commentary on top of the commentary of what are people punishing him for here? What is he doing that's so horrible here? Number one. And then also I've actually added it to the discussion diagram that we had previously, that I did on him before, because also it would be nice to see how his video relates to what we've got here with his discussion. Remember, much of what happened in this discussion wasn't him giving his opinion anyway, but you can just see a bit. I want to see if there's a bit of a correlation between the two. So this is the discussion one, and then I'll do another one. I'll duplicate it. Let's just do that. And I will rename this Contrapoints. So yeah, the prep, as usual, this is why I'm Scuff Queen. The prep is not done. The prep was for a completely different video. So we are, and that one was also quite interesting. But the reason I wanted to do that one was because it's interesting to see somebody have a conversation. They clearly have never thought about things as deeply as even I have, which is kind of really whoa. Morny, hello, how are you doing? Good to see you. Morny over on Twitch there. Did he call out the AI overlords? Did you ever? Sagondi? Hello all, I am the alive. So am I, somewhat, I suppose. Artem, good to see you. Morny, you little shit. You know, Morny is the reason that we have this clip. This is who I was talking to when I did this this clip here.
Go and subscribe, you shit. Go and subscribe, you shit.
That's what I was talking to. I was talking to Morny. That clip is me talking to you in one of my streams. You did the dumb, I can go now. You did your thing. Morny is here to make me say dirty things, basically. That's his MO. Okay. Anywho. So yeah, let us get to the Contrapoints one. And also I just I just can't stand the tone that this woman has, but you know what, it's fine. Okay, let's go. Or you know what, shall we let's do it this way. Hold on, Scuff lady has spoken. Let's do it this way. I will watch the reaction video that I was talking about.
This one is an interesting.
The thing he was talking about, the mob. Okay, so this is the consequences. This is what he's talking about now. So this is what brought me to this video now. Let's check.
Interesting things have been happening. So ever since the Contrapoints video, I've seen a wave.
I'm just transmitting my entire system audio. So if it's too loud, sorry. If it's too low, I'll make it higher.
First, I saw a wave of activity on X. I noticed that my employer started getting. I was receiving.
Okay, I was listening to this, so I didn't see it. Let's just check this. Emerson social media right. Manager after tagged in another one of your yapping sessions.
a lot of messages, and criticizing, that's fine. But they would be tagging my employer in all of them.
Okay. And oh, so look, because the college has a right to know what someone they've hired is doing. What am I doing? You are capable of reading. Aiden lays it out clearly. Okay, so this is somebody who's just goes, no, you're transphobe, run away. So they're going mad about them on Twitter.
Over and over and over and over. And I asked, why are you doing this? It's a good example of trying to intimidate people out of conversation by threat.
This is another good example of putting words into people's mouths that were never actually spoken. This is something he even says this, which is it's so cool. Okay, he says this, putting words into people's mouths that were never spoken. He says that in the original video that they are now coming after him for, which is like, hello. But anyway, this is another good example of putting words into people's mouths that were never actually spoken in an effort to attack their employment. I've never said anything about Emerson or Death Eaters. Okay, well, you already stated in your video that you think it's fine to refer to people who advocate for the rights of trans students. So they obviously talking about this man's employer. I've said it, but I won't say it again. As Death Eaters. Sorry, let me turn off my captions. As Death Eaters. What? You already stated in your video. I shouldn't go to this Twitter. We'll go to this after. That's maybe we can do some drama diagramming, I suppose, of this. We can do that. But I want to go through the video, the source material, before we get too stuck into this bullshit.
As well as putting words into people's mouths that they've never actually spoken. I've never experienced anything like this before.
Yeah, I really was like because I was listening to this when I went to go, I was walking around, so I was like, damn, this man does not sound very good. I hope that that his appearance on that other stream now kind of gives him a bit more, I mean, he's got confidence, obviously, but he's. I hope that he feels a bit more vindicated because he's got more support on the internet.
I've heard about it. So I'm not. I don't think I should say I regret the Contrapoints video. I think I could have done a better job with it. It could have been more insightful. It could have been longer.
He just cut. Yeah, he does say. I mean, yes, it could have been longer, but you can see that his videos that have gone really viral and stuff are the smaller ones. So of course he's going to put. He's not long man. Okay, he's not going to put out a 6-hour video. Or he doesn't know where that audience is yet. He needs to find that audience that wants the long form if he's going to do it. And I think there's a lot of people that would sit through long form. I mean, if there's a little bunch of people that watch me for 4 hours, there's definitely going to be people that watch him for that long. And especially with his insights and his he's responding to arguments as they go through. So anyway, he looks like a spy movie villain.
There was 2 hours of video.
I think I haven't watched the rest of his content, but I think there is he might be a villain in one of his short films. Who knows?
True. But the big thing I've noticed is this movement from X, Twitter, has moved over to YouTube onto this channel. And there's been right after that video, there was an influx of what I'm almost certain are bot subscribers they flood in, and then whenever a video is released.
This is my notes. Yes, become long man. Do it.
They will mess with the metrics by unsubscribing, by having this artificial subscriber base that doesn't engage. It can affect performance of videos, but what I'm positive of and what I do have evidence of absolutely is that, so for example, if this video were to get lots of views and I will then show you the result on my screen.
Yeah, I think so too. I think, Andrew, that's a good thing. Like if he has a long, like a live stream channel or something like that. But you know, this is where the subscribers are for him at the moment. So yeah, it's got 12,000 views. So he's trying to figure out if you subscribe, please leave a comment so I can prove it. So I mean, I subscribed before, so I don't know if I just subscribed before. On the students. But here's my comments. So he's researched this. He says that there's I don't know much about this. If anyone in chat does, look, I know that there are bot follower things. It's actually a problem we've had with clients before. It's a pain in the ass. But this is now seems like a targeted thing where they go and inflate subs and then unsubscribe to give the algorithm negative feedback, things like that. So I don't know. That's what he's trying to prove here. He's not sure. He's saying doing it with this video as a investigation.
And show you that it got 0 subscribers. In fact, it will be around -5 subscribers. No matter how well this video does, there will not be any subscribers because what's happening are the bots.
Oh, Carl, guys, whatever. Everybody just stop what you're doing because we're not talking about this for now because Carl has entered the chat for the time being. But we are going to play a game together soon. That's all I will say. I don't think we will be streaming it, but I'll release some clips or something. Because people that haven't seen me play with Carl before, who haven't played with Morny, if you're still in the chat, shut up. Yeah, we're gonna do that. It's been months and months in the making. Yes, it has. So that we will do on Twitch. And you know what? I think I might as well just go and create a gaming channel. Morny, if I say something that sounds sexual, my immediate thing is Morny's going to make a sexual joke. So I just immediately say, Morny, don't make the sexual joke, even if you haven't picked up what I said. Anyway, what did I not hear? Yes, you didn't hear it. Good. So anyway, I think what I will do, what I should do, speaking of like as Katru even spoke about, suggested to this guy, I think I'll put my gaming streams on a different channel. But yeah, it is kind of difficult when you get a bit of a this wasn't the purpose of your channel, and then some people come and subscribe to you, and it's like, oh, okay, well, here we are. But yeah, I'm gonna start all over again on the gaming side, I suppose, just because I just don't want to. It's very weird. I don't want to mix them anymore. Feels bad, man. I see how it is. I'm not telling you how it is. I'm not telling you what it was. Anyway, okay. So yes, look out for that. Twitch, obviously, Twitch always is just going to get all of. I'm not going to change channel for Twitch. But YouTube, just look out for a post where I say, hey, we've got a gaming channel. Come and subscribe, please. I intend on hitting the tens of subscribers. You know, from the get-go. Shit, maybe I'll stream. Hey, when was the last time you streamed? Yeah, Carl. Yes, you stream it. That would be better. I suspect if you get a lot of subscribers out of nowhere for one video and all your other videos are different, I suspect you will lose a bunch quickly as well. Yeah, that is true. That could be something that could be something that is affecting him here. But there is quite a lot of content. You can see that what his content is starting to go towards the stuff that the people subscribe for in any case. So yeah, I don't know, but he's trying to prove this. I don't know. He got feedback.
So far, as a subscriber comes in, the bot unsubscribes. This is all automated. So it's just, there's not someone actually paying that much attention to this, but this is happening for sure. So ever since the Contrapoints video, when you look in analytics, not a single video has brought in a single subscriber. They're all around -3. It stays within. So 5 subscribers come in an hour, and then the bots unsubscribe 5.
That's what's weird to me, is that the subscribing and the unsubscribing that are matched immediately. He said he will show the analytics. So we'll see. But that's what seems suspicious to me, because I can understand, like Cameron has said, like, okay, well, people just unsubscribe because they've realized, no, they subscribed for another reason. They were subscribed for this reason, and now he started this kind of content, so they unsubscribe, or they were properly wokies and they didn't know, and now they got very upset and they had to unsubscribe, and they did that. But the thing is, the fact is, if you're going up and down so that your net is always 0, like you've never increased your subscribers, that's weird. But it seems like he's overcome that, because he's up to 30,000 today. And I remember the last time I looked, it was 20 something. So wokies is in, yeah, wokies. You know what a wokie is? A woke person. Okay.
And it hovers always slightly below 0, -5 to 0. And so 24 hours from now, we'll test this theory. I'll show you the results. We'll see if any new subscribers actually came in, and that will be proof.
Well, now the thing is that the thing, his appearance on that other stream is also going to make a bit of a thing with his results. So I wonder what, I wonder what actually happens. How this is going to affect his analysis numbers. Let's do it.
I did some research on this because I know there's been some, I didn't know there was concern. I was like, what, is this real? Could this actually be? I've been noticing this for a few days and wondering what was going on. And just searching, I see people who have run into the same thing. Someone is trying to destroy my channel with subs is the name of this Reddit post. And there's lots of responses all within the last 3 months. This is a new technique that cannot really be combated by YouTube by reporting it, because these are actually, think about how easy it is to make an artificial channel. So then these bots they look like valid channels. Even analyzing the Contrapoints video, that seemed to kick a hornet's nest that I honestly did not expect. Because I've heard about these kind of things happening, but I've never experienced it for myself. I did not think that there was really that many people who could be so intolerant of a reaction video.
I guess he was just, he knew about cancel culture, but he didn't think it could come for him, I suppose. I can understand that. But then again, no, he also did say, he just didn't know there were so many people that would be so opposed to a reaction video, which is also, it's like, I'm this new creator in terms of new politics videos, because I've gone viral now. Oh no, but I'm literally just building my channel up now after it was on doing different content. Now all of a sudden this bullshit comes around, this controversy, and you're like, geez. My first thought when I heard that, I was just like, are these people proud of themselves? Is this really? Do they go, that was good? Oh yeah, I feel good about that. Yeah, anyway.
Contrapoints. Or I'm not trying to make a statement on my feelings towards anything political. I'm just trying to apply critical thinking, a lens of critical thinking to show techniques that are being implemented in the formulation of arguments. And that set this whole thing off. They have messed with the channel. It's slowed it down.
Oh, but
I don't
don't
think
worry.
they can stop it entirely.
I think that that what Gray was talking about, that must have increased the subs here, or this video itself. People are saying fuck you guys, and actually going and subscribing. He does actually just say now. Maybe he'll think twice before wrong think. Exactly. Now I think what he does say, he's actually almost deleted the video.
But not for a lack of trying. They're certainly trying. Though I'm very thankful for all of the great comments and engagement that I've been getting. It has been very encouraging. And I'm sorry if there's certain videos could be longer, or I could articulate something better or edit something better. Sometimes I'm trying to make things more digestible by cutting a vast debate on the divine spirit or whatever down to something shorter, more digestible. There is a much longer, unedited versions of everything.
I need to go and see what super sticker this is. Hi, Lucy. Thank you. Daisy's trying to walk across my desk, and there's no space for her. I need to see what the super sticker is. I love your profile picture right now, Lucy. I need to see what the super sticker is. Sorry. StreamYards, get your shit together. We need to see. I need to be able to see these things. Live. Guys, just blame Lucy that I'm taking someone. It's a lemon with heart eyes. It's a cowgirl. What? What? Hold on. Okay, hold on. Okay. Oh, it's so cute. It's dancing. Hold on, I'll try and bring it here. And it's because it's Lucy Lemon Bug, and then Lucy gave us a lemon. Put Lucy in timeout. Should I time out Lucy, guys? The sticker is 11. My profile picture is a cowgirl. Okay, that makes sense. Okay. Let's stop that because my computer's like, help. Yeah, I know that what's the name? Gray just told me this. Giving money must not go unpunished. Yes. Okay. So let's just finish this up, giving us the context.
Could be released if there's ever interest in that, but
there is interest in that. Release it all.
My footing here and
release the kitty cut. So don't scuff. Actually, just unedit it. Just do it. Okay.
What people
put on another channel? It's fine. Just as long as I can access it, so I can diagram it.
Are interested in hearing, because a lot of things that interest me, I don't know if those interest other people. So, but thank you. I appreciate all your support here.
Ranch Wars! Yes, let's bring back Ranch Wars. Who shall we fight? You know what? We'll bring that back tomorrow. We'll do Ranch Wars, okay? Because then I can fiddle around with chat and things a lot more because other people are talking. Daisy, okay, come. Okay. I'm waiting for her to jump. Okay. There you go. And then she tries to walk across. Okay. Okay. Thank you. Okay. On God, no wars. I love you all. For someone who loves us, you make a lot of war.
I don't see
keep thinking my camera
any other way than to keep going. There's no going backwards. There's no, those people are always going to be angry with me now, and there's not, I can't change that. There's nothing I could do to stop that. Even if I were to apologize and take down the Contrapoints video, which I even almost thought of. But that would be betraying myself, you know. That wouldn't appease them. They're still going to.
Yeah, that's not going to appease them either. So it's like, yeah, that would be betraying yourself, and it wouldn't work. So how would that help? Anything.
And in a way, it's a bit self-revealing when they do that. They're revealing themselves. They're revealing the nasty side of all of this. And in a way that I couldn't, or no one else could. If this concerns you, there's no way to articulate that as well as they can articulate themselves.
Yeah, which is why I'm like, are you really? You go to sleep at night and you think that this is a good thing? You go, I did a good thing. Okay. So let us go back to, so that's what's going on. That's why I said, wait, let's go and actually look at the source of this controversy, because they are tagging his employer in the tweets, and oh no, how dare you? Are you supporting this transphobic? Oh, transphobic man. How have you employed him? Oh, okay. That's my adenoid voice. Sorry. This guy is incredibly stoic. Yeah. I don't know. I need to go and see what he's like. What's it? Live. What's happening here? StreamYard. Okay, I'm trying it. My computer seems to be glitching a little. But what's new? Okay. So let us get to this. We've got 14 minutes of his analysis. Okay. I was wondering if he did this live for members only or something at some other place, but either way, that's what we're going to cover here, and also try and relate it back, maybe at the end, relate it back to what he said in the previous conversation with that with the students. Okay. The scuff strikes back. Yeah. See, check out this one. Wait, let me put this. Well, also, we don't need HD playback. That's another thing. Okay. Oh, come on. Look at this. I'm typing. Oh, you guys can't see. But look, if I bring there. It's taking forever to respond. Okay, I'm gonna put Contrapoints video because Contrapoints is not talking here. Okay, but we got the. Okay. Hey Cole, what's up? Okay, Kitty the Twitch the Kitty the Twitch and the scuff. The usual scuff, the usual stuff. Okay. So teacher Warren stays purple. Student will just go Contrapoints. And I do think of her as red. So the whole synesthesia thing comes in. She is red to me. Oh my gosh, come on. Warren is blue. I should make him blue. Red. Okay. Let us play you.
If you believe that J.K. Rowling is the misunderstood victim of a witch hunt, then just say that. Make the argument you want to make.
There is a power
in objectivity, and there's a power in logic.
Okay, so this isn't a conversation, so it's not going to look exactly debate diagrammy, but I'm going to try and extract the argument that is in the little clip and then the argument that he has afterwards. Okay. Warren Smith conducts a critical thinking exercise with Contrapoints. The original Contrapoints video was 2 hours long, so editing was required. Rather than engaging with the argument itself, the goal was to objectively engage with the logic being implemented using critical thinking techniques. I strive to not allow my opinion to affect the analysis. Okay, so let's see how this goes. is the echo on his end? It might be mine because because I'm presenting my whole screen, so my audio is my system audio. Let's see.
Objectivity in
Say that. Make the
there
argument
is a
you want to
power
make.
in objectivity and
There.
there's a power in logic because it stands on its own 2 feet that people seem to, when you cannot contend with logic, you kind of
Oh, she's echoing because she's like in the depth of witch well.
result to multiple tactics. The most common is to just to avoid the conversation to begin with is the easiest.
Don't crouch and hide behind this.
So he's trying to. So his objective here has been to remain. What do you call it? To remain objective. So I'm just going to put his objective is to remain objective. I'm just going to put here the and I will even put the description. There's something from the description. The goal was to objectively engage with the logic implemented. So not actually talk about your own opinions. So the reaction part of the content is not supposed to be there. Okay. But you see, as we've said on the internet, if you like waffles, that means you hate pancakes. So the fact is you can't be, nothing you can do is going to be viewed objectively. It's all you're like he has experienced with this backlash. They've put words in his mouth that he did not say. So, okay, so here we go. Now I want waffles. I always want waffles. That's a lie. I prefer pancakes. Okay.
Disavowal, this obfuscating veil of just asking questions. Don't rely on innuendo and framing.
Sorry, actually, I want to go back here. Also, do we have a transcript of this? There we go. Let's do that. So he says there's a power in objectivity.
Power in objectivity and
Come now. The slowness of my computer is really freaking me out, bro. I'm gonna go and steal Gordon's computer. It's so cool. Okay, power. Objectivity. What? Yeah. I mean, well, my commentary, I'll put my commentary there, which is no such thing in lacking. Oh, let's not code it. Let's go, no such thing when on the internet. People will attribute you don't. They'll decide what is what you're thinking. They will decide what you're thinking, and that's what they've decided for him over here. Copy style. Okay.
there's a power in logic because it stands on its own 2 feet that people seem to, when you cannot contend with logic, you kind of result to multiple tactics. The most common is to just to avoid.
Okay, so you actually go away from logic. So can't contend with logic. So I think he says that we got to keep that in
Or
mind.
the conversation to begin with is the easiest.
Don't crouch and hide behind this disavowal.
Yeah, so other tactics, and then the other tactic that he mentions here is not having the conversation, like moving away from the actual conversation. Avoid the conversation. And I would add here to this void or avoid the conversation altogether, I would add, what's the name? The one of the things that you do as well is then try and say that no, but we need to have these conversations at the same time as you're taking off in another direction and not having the conversation that you want to have. We need to have these conversations. That's so we've noticed that a couple times in certain videos and things where they're like, oh yeah, we need to have that conversation, and they don't have it.
This obfuscating veil of just asking questions. Don't rely on innuendo and framing and lachrymose Gregorian chanting to make your point, while coyly denying you have any kind of agenda beyond.
Can't handle her. I'm sorry, I just can't handle the tone.
I just believe in conversation. I don't know.
At the same time, so she's also attributing morals to. She's saying, "Oh, I just want conversation. Just wanting conversation." She kind of knocks you out of the ability to have the conversation, because no, you're not even worth conversing with. This is what actually comes up.
Now, I just find this a slippery and dishonest way to argue, but I don't know. Enchanting and feel of crouch and hide behind the
Conversation to begin with is the easiest.
Don't crouch and hide behind this disavowal, this obfuscating veil of just asking questions. Don't rely on innuendo and framing and.
Okay, so that is actually, just hold on. This thing over here from Contrapoints, just asking questions. So this is probably what people think about him, because he was just asking questions. In this one over here, in this map, he's asking questions. All of the round things are him asking questions, right? He's asking questions. So here we can see that actually that criticism lining up. So I'm going to put Contrapoints here. Over here, and say I'm just actually objective over here. Okay, and then do another one. What would my main topic be? What is this? This is avoiding the conversation. Okay. So actually here, can't contend with logic. So then we have other tactics, avoid the conversation altogether. And then we have Contrapoints' thing that's basically says, people try to say that they are just asking questions when they actually mean harm. That's what she's trying to basically say. She's like, just asking questions is not an okay thing. So she kind of dismisses objective questioning, objective reasoning. So questions don't rely on innuendo. Don't hide behind the disavowal, this obfuscating veil. Ooh, look at you, of asking questions. Don't rely on innuendo and framing and lachrymose Gregorian chant to make your point, while coyly denying you have any kind of agenda beyond questioning. Okay, so having any sort of questioning this at all is an agenda. So transphobia. Is evidence of an agenda. There is no such thing as just asking questions. So this is actually beautiful, the way that this matches up to what actually has happened to him in response to this video. Because what they've done in response to his other video that went viral, right? When his discussion with the student was just that. Just asking questions. What do the mob do? The mob attributes and says it gives him an agenda. So I will just evidence. In the in this situation. Okay, so they actually are applying this. Hey, listen, they're consistent. Okay, cool. Contrapoints patronizing someone for having an agenda would be quite hilarious if it wasn't so hard to watch. It's also funny how Contrapoints is essentially using big words and misdirection to condemn someone for hiding behind big words and misdirection. We have determined you have an agenda, so we've thoughtfully brought you to the one to correct its absence. Exactly. You have the wrong agenda. You have the wrong agenda. We are going to correct you by removing your employment, by removing your means of just living.
Lachrymose Gregorian chanting to make your point, while coyly denying you have any kind of agenda beyond, I just believe in conversation. I don't know. I just find this a slippery and dishonest way to argue. But if you happen to be a fan of slippery and dishonest arguments, you're in
So
luck.
right off the bat, we see that technique employed where objective questioning is discouraged and categorized as something to be shunned.
Joe wrote.
Yeah, so this was a questioning. Let's put Warren's one. How did he word it? Employed where objective questioning is discouraged and is to be shunned. Employed where objective. As something to be shunned. Well, it's immediately given this lack of this evil thing. It's like, no, you cannot question. You cannot question, because that means you're completely against it. What if you question and you come up with the right thing, right? No, questioning is wrong thing. Questioning in itself is wrong thing.
Transphobia. Joro compares trans activists to Death Eaters, the fictionalized fascists in Harry Potter.
My position is that this activist movement.
Okay, so she's not comparing.
Okay, so this thing over here, trans activists categorizes something to be shunned. Then Joe Rose transphobia. So let's go over here. This will be our next major point. Chapter 4, Joe Rose. I'm actually going to go back to the Sitch and Adam stream where they went over this. I catched the end of that stream. So yeah, I must go to it. Okay, Joe Rose transphobia. Let's see. So she immediately she literally said, Joe
compares trans activists to Death Eaters.
She compares trans activists to Death Eaters. Activists, yeah, I was thinking that didn't spell right. To Death Eaters. So, okay, we're going to take that. Joe Rogan or J.K. Rowling? I think it's J.K. Rowling. But she was like, "Ooh, look, I'm so..." I don't know. Maybe that's a fan thing. They call her Joe Rogan. But yeah, Joe Rogan is Joe Rogan to me as well. But yes, she is the definition of condescending. And it just irritates me. Like, I cannot. Okay, J.K. Rowling compares trans activists to Death Eaters. That's her claim, right? She's like, trans activists. So, yeah. But why is she doing it? Is it a certain kind of trans activist? What is it? But yeah, so that's what he says, yeah?
The fictionalized fascists in Harry Potter.
My position is that this activist movement.
Okay, so she's not comparing all trans people. She's comparing a subset of activists.
Yeah, so that's the, okay, so he identifies here subset of activists. Not all trans people. Not all trans activists. A subset of trans activists. Okay. So you're just saying, cool, you've just made a very broad statement there. What do we do with that? Oh, we're just going to skip over it.
She just said the word activists, and this, what's her name? Contrapoint. Contra is taking that statement and then saying that that applies to all trans people are Death Eaters, according to J.K. Rowling.
So she does say J.K. Rowling compares trans activists to Death Eaters. So she did say trans activists. She didn't say trans people. She said trans activists. Movement, okay. So yeah, but my in Harry Potter position is that I'm Shan, Joe transphobia, Joe Rowe, they compared trans activists to Death Eaters. Yeah. Okay. So but I think what she wants, and what he's pointed out is she wants us to go, no, that means that all trans people, she means all trans people.
In the form that it's currently
Trans people are Death Eaters, taking that statement and then saying that that applies to all trans people, to this of activists. She just said the word activists, and this, what's her name? Contrapoint. Contra is taking that statement and then saying that that applies to all trans people are Death Eaters, according.
Yeah. Contrapoints. Contrapoints takes this to mean all trans people are Death Eaters. Okay. So he's interpreted what she said. What does she say going forward?
To J.K. Rowling.
in the form that it's currently taking echoes the very thing that I was warning against in Harry Potter.
So I do have to be.
So he echoes against the very thing I was warning against in Harry Potter, which is, yeah, they are fascists. What do fascists do? Oh, they control people. They restrict freedoms. They only want a certain way of thinking.
Be very careful with my wording here, lest a defamation letter arrive by owl.
Oh, that's hilarious. Oh my god, that's hilarious.
J.K. Rowling's bigotry is exhausting to argue with, because she expresses it as an endless series of what are called Mott and Bailey arguments.
Okay, this was also something I was very interested in holding on to as we continue going forward through this clip, basically. So she now goes, I'm gonna go actually within here. Oh, let's go over here and just be like, okay, let's do the Mott and Bailey, right? Okay. By Joe Rogan. I keep thinking it's Joe Rogan. The Death Eaters could be compared to the Nazis than to the fascists. More to Nazi. They learn much more into blood. Purity and mysticism also makes sense. Plus, Grindelwald is heavily implied to be part of the World War II, linking the dark arts with that. Oh, interesting. Okay, cool. Mott Bailey. Let's see. So, her bigotry. So she already is going to say her bigotry. She calls it her bigotry. Is very is exhausting to argue with because she expresses it as an endless series of what are called Mott and Bailey arguments. Okay, so that's her claim here, which I was wondering if we can identify some Mott and Bailey with Contrapoints over here. I preferred. Oh, you know what? We need to diagram Mott and Bailey, but based on V's explanation of it, because he he just kept making this funny noise about going down here. He goes, you go do, and you do this, and you go do, and you do that. You guys needed to be there, but if you watch the video, you know what I'm talking about. No Cinnabon. No Cinnabon. Okay. I think circular arguments are superior because they are circular. That's good. Okay, so she has this bigotry, cool. So how do we identify? First, she's going to explain what the Mott and Bailey is to us. Okay.
So a Mott and Bailey argument is when someone makes a provocative claim that's difficult to defend.
Okay. Explanation. A person makes a controversial statement that is difficult to defend. First shall a provocative claim. That's difficult to defend. Okay. And then goes to the next one, when confronted, when the Bailey. So that's the Bailey, sorry. Okay, then they go, when confronted with counter arguments, they walk it to a much less controversial and easy to defend version of the claim. Okay. So she's going to give examples here, but what I was thinking when I first heard this was what I would like to understand is it seems like they do the switcheroo on each other. You actually divide out a person's claims into a certain Mott and a certain Bailey. This whole thing is fictional because you take somebody's words and decide that this is their argument, and then you go and identify Mott and Bailey of this fictional argument that is being made. That's what it seems like she's doing, is that she's going and creating something that isn't there. She goes and goes, oh well, you see, look, here is your Martin Bailey, but it's like, but that's not even what I was saying. So, yeah, okay, that was my initial instinct there. But let's see. Confronted with counter arguments. When confronted, counterpoint, they walk it back to a much less controversial version of the claim. So what she does over here is she gives the example of morality isn't real. Example. I have to pause Hassan's clips. What? If you have time, I'd like to go over this with you. I have notes on the subject. What's this on the Martin Bailey? Example. Gordon lit a cigarette in here. Example. Morality isn't real. Okay. And then let's go.
Defend the Bailey. And then, when confronted with counter-arguments, they walk it back to a much less controversial and
sorry, I'm just going to put this here, Bailey. Okay, then they go. Okay, that's easier, less controversial to say. Okay, cool.
an easy-to-defend version of the claim, the Mott. For example, Rowling will make an ambiguous claim like sex is real. What does she mean by that?
So that was the example that she used for Martin Bailey explanation. Then she's going to show the Martin Bailey that is employed by JK. Okay, so moral values shaped by culture. That is the Mott. Okay. Okay, and cool. Then if I'm going to, then I will go here. J.K. Rowling's Mott and Bailey. Okay. What do we do here?
That. What are the implications? And sex is, for example, Rowling.
That's very hilarious.
Rowling will make an ambiguous claim like sex is real. What is she?
Okay. Also, first of all, let's color code this, yeah? Okay, Martin Bailey. Here we go. Sex is real. So does she identify this as the Bailey? So that's ambiguous. She'll say ambiguous statement, ambiguous claim. Ambiguous claim.
I can transfer fire like a caveman because my synth stopped working.
Why don't you burn a chopstick or something? Okay. Instead of choking me out, God. Okay, sex is real. There's the ambiguous claim. Okay.
What does she mean by that? What are the implications? And virtually every argument sophisticated transphobes make about trans people follows this pattern.
Okay. Follows this pattern. What are the implications? So what is her argument here? Making a big, what does that mean? What does she mean by that? Okay, what does she mean by that? Well, you're going to decide what she means by that. And if it differs from what she actually means, you don't care because you've decided already what she means by what she says. You've already decided that. That is the line. You know, we're always talking about where's this line that's identified that makes people disagree. And the line that is here is what, and she even herself does talk about it. She goes, well, they're not going to find it transphobic. Yeah, there actually is no place there is no place for the conversation because everybody has a different definition of what is transphobic and what isn't. And of course, what they argue, what she's arguing is transphobic. In her argument, yes, it's it. That is it. But for other people, that isn't transphobic. That's it. It's not actually. Everybody's limit of what is transphobia is the difference. Is what is up for argumentation here. So, well, not even up for argumentation. It's what's differed upon. Everybody has a different standard. And she does even say nobody's changing anybody's mind. Like, yeah, that is it. But we do need to find the line, especially the whole point of this video that he had with that student was to figure out where that student stands. They were told that this is the line. They were told by people like Contrapoints, this is it. It's egregious. Boycott her. Go mad. She's horrible. Worst person in the world. Burn your books, kind of thing. Not by Contrapoints. I don't know if she said burn the books. But anyway, that was what they were told. And what he was trying to show is to ask questions, where is that guy's line? And the student's line was not in the same place that Contrapoint's line was. Okay, ambiguous sex is real. Okay, What does she mean by that? What the implications? And again, implications. So her saying sex is real, the implications to you, what are those implications? What are the implications? Is it really that damaging to say sex is real? That is where we differ, right? Okay. So you literally are saying that your agenda is to make sex not real anymore. Which then I ask you is why are we then trying to change sex? Why is there a transition at all if sex is not real? Make it make sense. Okay. What does she mean by that? What's up? What's next? Implications. And then she says, this is what the argument sophisticated transphobes make. So she is saying that this Martin Bailey of sex is real, and then she goes and breaks it up. That is the sophisticated transphobes argument. Okay, so she also puts that at the argument of sophisticators. Transphobes. Okay. Cool. So what does Teacher Warren have to say?
Arguments cannot withstand logical scrutiny. The first tactic, the easiest tactic, is to neutralize the conversation from happening.
Okay, so he's talking about this neutralizing conversation, this voiding the conversation, this one over here, avoiding the conversation. So he says here, the easiest tactic is to neutralize. So he's not in this context. What is that? I guess what she's saying, this is her neutralizing it. Saying all of this argument is a Martin Bailey. It is a Martin Bailey of this kind, and therefore the argument is not even worth having. It's not. It's exhausting. It's label and dismiss. Here I've just labeled it Martin Bailey and I've dismissed it. So that does come back to it. So I will go and put that here. Easiest tactic is to neutralize from happening. If you question any fundamental claim, any aspect of this claim, then you are automatically this extreme. There's a lot tonight. Let's keep an eye out for that. That's exactly it. That is exactly what he's been looking for the whole time. You. Okay. Guys, it's a 15-minute video. Do you think we'll finish it? Okay.
To then say, if you question any fundamental claim, any aspect of this claim, then you are automatically this extreme. So tonight, let's keep an eye out for that pattern.
Which is also just makes me go, okay, that's what I'm saying. Like, she puts you into, she's decided that your questions put you into this certain Martin Bailey configuration. Your questions are that. That is it. It's the argument. She's completely dismissed you, taken you out of the running, because you are now just part of the sophisticated transphobes. Okay, this is what I was doing with the other thing where I was taking out the timestamps and stuff. I think you can toggle the timestamps in here. Yeah, there we go. Cool. Okay, easiest tactic is to neutralize the conversation from happening. If you question any fundamental claim, so I'll just say, I'll translate as well and be like, if you question, you automatically using this specific okay, cool. Let's get some purple in here. Contrapoints is, our goal is not to engage with the idea, it's to find an excuse not to. That's a very good point there. That's, I think, what he actually comes down to as well. I will put your commentary in there. Watch out, Atom. The mob's gonna go after you now. Yep, I like that. That's true. Oh wait, let me say Atom was it? Yes, sorry. Credit where it's due. Okay. He's here all week. Whee! Okay.
This is controversial, right? Calling trans women men who identify as women.
Okay, is this another example? Wait, wait. Let's get him to say it. Just hold on.
Then you are automatically this extreme. So tonight, let's keep an eye out for that pattern.
This is controversial, right?
Okay, so I don't know if this is, because there's a cut, so I'm just going to go, I don't know, it's basically, it is continued there, so I'll just go yeah. Further example. Saying, calling trans women men who identify as women. This is the Bailey. Okay, that's what she's saying here. Okay. That's the Bailey she's talking about.
Calling trans women men who identify as women, calling trans men women. This is the Bailey in her Mott and Bailey argument. Trans women are men, trans men are women. That's the controversial interpretation.
That's a controversial interpretation. Okay. What about trans women are trans women and women are women? Trans women are trans women. Men are men. Trans men are trans men. I want to know if that's an okay argument for her. Is that an okay one? Or is that also controversial? Because that still allows women to be women and men to be men. Don't think that'll work. It's not allowed. Get back. Get back. Okay, calling trans women men who identify as women. Okay, that is the Bailey. Okay. That's the controversial interpretation.
Of sex is real. Sex
Okay, hold on. I'll put that here. Sorry. This is the controversial interpretation of sex is real. Controversial interpretation. Okay. Cool. So this is her Bailey.
Sex is real is a euphemism designed to present Maya Forstadter's transphobia as a
Okay. Euphemism designed to present. So she's decided, again, it's a euphemism. Okay, she's decided it's a euphemism. It's a euphemism, I decided. And you know what's really shit is there are people that use that in this context. That is for sure. There are people that say this, and they are actual transphobes. They are full of shit. They are like, you can't do this, and they are against the whole idea of gender dysphoria being a thing at all. They're completely against it. And they say the same things. So just the fact that they've said something similar, it sounds similar, we've decided that everyone that says this sentence means exactly the same thing. And that's just not right. The person that was fired didn't just say that sex is real. They recommended that people dead name trans people. So that's it. Exactly. That's fine. That I understand. That is it. Saying that you have to dead name, that is transphobic for sure. But what it seems that what she was against was the firing of this person for having that view, which is still like so you could technically be for that, but shut up, don't say anything about it, keep your opinion to yourself. It's not worth it. So look, and I suppose we can go on. Kthxbai back. Oh, Artoria, I'm not back gaming yet. I mean, I'm gonna be gaming soon, but we shall be playing some other games soonish. Don't matter, gaming. Kitty is back. Yeah, well, you're back, Artoria. Okay, so we are back to diagramming. We're talking for hours. Okay, let's go back to this. Katru, yeah, we can go into that, but I'm going to talk about what's in front of us here, which is what he's also doing. And I also want to go through, it has made me curious to go and actually listen to the full podcast, The Witch Trials of J.K. Rowling. Now she can carry me again on. Yes, I will carry you. Don't worry, I am here. I can carry you. Don't worry. Okay. Floating topic, sorry. Controversial interpreted, claiming trans women, men who identify as women, calling trans women. That's the Bailey. Okay.
A simple statement of fact. Like, if this person doesn't think that trans women are men, trans men are fact. Euphemism, digital interpretation of sex is real. Trans men are women. That's the controversial interpretation of sex is real. Sex is real is a euphemism designed to present Maya Force.
So Maya is the one that they were talking about, right? So she is now saying sex is real is a euphemism designed to present Maya's transphobia as a simple statement of fact. So that's what she's saying here. Sex is real designed to present Maya for started as trans. So wouldn't you say? Okay, so did what I would want to know now, if we're going to go and engage in the critical thinking, is what did J.K. Rowling herself think of this person's behavior? Because the things that she is saying on top of it, they made sense and didn't sound horribly transphobic at all. I can understand how people that are trying to push a certain agenda will say it is absolutely transphobic, but talking about what she has said herself, the fact that what they've done is the fact that she defended this woman, that was guilty by association, I suppose. Okay, so here we go. Sex is real is the euphemism. I'll clean this up after we're done. Fact like simple statement of fact. So if this person
statement of fact. Like if this person doesn't think that trans women are men, trans men are women is a transphobic statement, then what would they consider a transphobic statement?
There you go. That's where I went to. That is it. That actually what they consider transphobic is different. That's it. The line, that's the line. What they consider transphobic is different. So the fact that saying like lots of people are shocked or get very upset if Blair says that she's a biological man. If Blair goes, I'm a man. I've got a man's body. Like she says that, people go, oh my God, that's wrong. They get upset with her about that. Where it's like that she doesn't find that transphobic because she's saying it's natural. She's something else. She doesn't want to be just a normal man. She isn't a normal woman. She's a trans woman. There is something new that they've been fighting for years to create, and now you're making it this crazy town. When it could have been something else. It could have been actually quite normal. We could have accepted it, but now we've thrown everything in with it. Okay. So is a real euphemism designed to present Maya force? That is a simple statement of fact. So this is what I need to try and figure this out. If this person doesn't think that trans women are men, trans men are women is a transphobic statement, then what would they consider a transphobic statement? That is it. I need to put the commentary in here that says that's the line. And that's why they would come and cancel Warren, because just him not towing the exact line means he's the transphobe here. Okay, this is the line of what is transphobic. Line is drawn. What is transphobic? Is as where they differ. And yeah, that can be up for debate, I suppose, but nobody's going to change their mind, which she does come to say. Because they have all decided that you're a certain kind of person. You are primed to decide that words are violence and things like that. You've got a certain set of underlying beliefs that make you lean to that side anyway.
The illogical nature of this technique is that you can hold people to stand.
Hold on, sorry guys. This is the great moment because you guys saw the first video I showed you where he said people had put words in his mouth that he had never said. So here, this is before all of the controversy. This is the video he posted that caused him some more controversy. Of course, there was the viral one, but this is the one that came now that has caused him his most recent trouble. So, the illogical nature of this technique is that you can hold people to standard for words they have not actually even ever spoken. Because you've decided what a person means by by their words. You've decided that, so they can't defend themselves. You've decided what they mean. You've decided what their things. You've placed a value upon their words that they don't agree with. So what are we supposed to do? Must they change their words? No, they won't change their words. Okay, what do we do?
Standard for words they have not.
A transphobic statement.
The illogical nature of this technique is that you can hold people to standard for words they have not actually even ever spoken.
Another common tactic you'll see anytime Rowling's transphobic.
Which kind of this kind of logic goes for the kind of you always do it. Oh, okay. Here's an example. This advert appeared close to this controversial topic. That advert that company must directly support what I saw on in that controversial video. This Coca-Cola banner over here was there was Coca-Cola in this this thing that I saw. Coca-Cola must support this. Oh, the illogical thing. We've now decided what somebody's actions now mean, and we've determined that, and we've laid down a standard for them, and they have to abide to it. And what he has done, Warren here, is he said, okay, whoa, they've brought the standard to me. They've decided that now they're going to try and basically get me fired, or they're going to try and destroy my YouTube channel. What am I going to do? I don't want to play by that standard. He's not going to remove himself. I'm not going to go, okay, fine, let me go and just say what they want me to say. Because that's actually not going to work either.
Phobia is discussed is you'll see someone jump in to say,
Keva,
show me
wow,
one.
Hey, Keva, good to see you. Sex is real. It only implies that trans women are male. The male sex, which is an honest and trans woman, would have to acknowledge. There's absolutely, yeah, that's it. It's just, that's what the non-transphobic, what's the name? What I would consider not transphobic. It's just reality. You know, when people go, oh, it's reality or whatever, right? Yeah, it's the reality. But that does not mean that now, when a trans person is in front of you, you must now call them Kevin when they've transitioned. That's disrespectful. That's a horrible thing to do. That's not a good thing to do. I can agree with that. So being sex is real means so many other implications. We're going to talk about the implications. Sex is real is, oh, well, there's biological actual facts of the body. Then we can talk about sports, all of that. So deciding that saying sex is real is the same as disrespecting somebody who's right in front of you. And like I think there was actually Jesse Lee Peterson speaking to Blair White. I need to go and watch that video. And he was actually kind of rude to her. And that I think is unnecessary. Contra shifted to trans women are men, when in Contra's world the term men is purely a social construct, which isn't what JK is talking about. Oh, I love that social construct. Everything is a social contract, so it's fine. We can just what is a kitty carry? So it all starts with her carrying us on her cart, because she carts all the time. Yes, mind reading, that is it, Lucifer. But can trans men vote? Yes. Did she say that they can't? Cameron? Okay. So wait, the trans, you'll see some jump. Okay. Spoken.
Actually even ever spoken.
Another common tactic you'll see anytime Rowling's transphobia is discussed is you'll see someone jump in to say, show me one thing she's said that's transphobic. So when they say, show me...
Okay, so there, I'm going to actually put that as another section, because that isn't how he said it, but you can see him nodding there. We go back to his discussion with the students. He says, the student himself said it was deemed transphobic. So he says, okay, what do you find bigoted about it? He asks, like, what is tell me the transphobic thing. He didn't say, tell me something that she said that's transphobic. I haven't seen anything. He just asked, what are the things that you, to this student, what are the things that have made you come to this conclusion? And the most fascinating thing is that he didn't actually have anything. He just had the opinions of others. So he didn't have, say, the thing of, oh, she is defending somebody who is legitimately transphobic, so therefore she's transphobic, where he explains his whole thing. No, he just went with the mob about it. And that's what I was going to do. The other, the Elon Musk conversation was also quite fascinating, because it's the same sort of thing where just hasn't really figured out, this guy just hasn't figured out why he doesn't like Elon Musk. And he just has all these things that he likes throwing out. And that was what was fascinating about this video. So you can see him nodding here, because this was a sort of question that he asked, but the way that he asked it was quite neutral. Didn't say, show me. He said, come, let's look at some of the things that have given you this opinion, because clearly you've got this opinion. I need to see what the person brought it up himself. It was deemed transphobic. Do you find that transphobic yourself? That was the question, actually. But he's asking the kid, what do you find bigoted about it? So it's like, look, this is where it is. Dress however you please, call yourself whatever you like, sleep with any. So call yourself whatever you like. That conflicts with this whole thing that this person that she was defending wanted people to dead name. That conflicts with it. So she, anyway. So he just makes him read them. Is that transphobic to you? To me, no. That was the whole point of his whole video. It's just, come, let's see what transphobic means. What are your points? So he nods there just because he asked the same sort of question. Okay, let's go. Let's put that here. Show me an example. This is a trap, she says. Oh, I remember this now. I remember this. What she does with this.
They say, show me an example of something transphobic J.K. Rowling has said. This is a trap. They're just messing with you. There's nothing that she...
Okay, so I said. So it's a trap. It's a trap, guys. Wait, hello? Come back. It's a trap. It's a trap. Okay, it's a trap. Trap, they're messing with you. Okay.
She could have said that they would acknowledge as transphobic. Now, if
there's nothing she could have said that they would acknowledge as transphobic. First of all, I think that in the conversation that he had with the kid, the question was, we were looking for what he found transphobic there. So, yeah, if we had found something, I think that he would have conceded that. Okay? And this goes back to this line over here. This line is drawn, this one over here, because they've already decided that what she has said is transphobic. Whereas we literally disagree on the fundamental here, what is deemed transphobic and what isn't. They're messing with you, because if you're someone who believes that transphobia is a valid concept, okay, so there's nothing that she could have said that they would acknowledge as transphobic. I don't know. Show me something that I would believe is transphobic, and then I'd say, yeah, that's transphobic. But the transphobia that you are attributing to her, that seems disingenuous. You're acting like she's some sort of rabid, I hate trans people thing, and I don't see it. And her argument is, well, she's just smarter. She's just smart enough not to say that. That's the argument. She's smart enough not to say it out loud. Which, yes, a lot of bigots are like that, I suppose. But I don't know if this is...
There's nothing that she could have said that they would acknowledge as transphobic. Now, if you're someone who believes that transphobia is a valid concept and you believe that trans people are a legitimate minority, but you just genuinely are unaware of what J.K. Rowling has said on the topic, then I will refer you to my past video on J.K. Rowling's transphobia rather than recapping it all here. Just keep in mind that she's gotten significantly worse.
Okay, I want to go and watch that. I think I'll go and watch that.
Since I made that video.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
This made me laugh. Okay, so she says if you're someone who believes that transphobia is a valid concept and you believe that trans people are a legitimate minority, but you're genuinely unaware of what J.K. Rowling has said on the topic, that's good. That would be me. That would be me. So based on what I've seen, she hasn't said anything about that. And you know what the thing is, it's because she's actually agreeing that women are a thing. That's it. She's too pro woman, this female over here. Daisy do. Okay. If you think traps can vote, yours. I did not even make that connection because I'm too innocent in my brain. Okay. Okay. What's funny is what he says next. He's like, "You're gonna make a whole chapter, and then you're gonna tell me to go to another video."
Why did you make a chapter called J.K. Rowling's transphobia? If you're just gonna 15 minutes in, send me to another video to watch.
How dare you? How dare you? That's like his strongest reaction in the whole bloody video, and this is why he's getting cancelled? Okay.
True, she never says the phrase, I hate.
Okay, so she never says the phrase, I hate trans people. And okay, here we go. Hold on, guys. Hi there. Okay. I did move my limbs. Stream elements. I had to go and answer the door, so I moved my limbs. True, she never says the phrase I hate. Which I'm like, if you're going to be a transphobe, just say it. But, oh, she's not a complete idiot. She wouldn't. And I mean, there are people. We will not say who they are, but there are people that will say that. And you know what? Rather tell me that you're that dumb. I'm okay with that. Because she's not a complete idiot. A world where we can convict people of things they don't actually say. Okay, yeah. Okay.
Hate trans people because she's not a complete idiot.
A world where we can convict people of things that they don't actually say because they're not that stupid to actually do the thing that you're accusing them of, but they thought about it. They think that. I know they think it.
So, yeah, so that's it. I know they think that. They thought it. They didn't say it, but I know they think it. So, and that's okay. We can just, which is what they've done to him. They've done exactly that. They're gonna convict him on things he hasn't said. They thought it. They think that. I know they think it. I can't prove it, but that's their intent. So you've decided the intent behind something, which is such an old thing that I'm tired of now. Yeah. Okay. So that's his response. There is you've decided their intent. You've decided, which is what I was saying, that you decided what their whole Martin Bailey is. You decided what they mean. So it doesn't even matter what the structure of their argument is because you're not even listening to that.
Stupid to actually to actually do the thing that you're accusing them of, but they thought about it. They think that. I know they think it. I just can't prove it. But that's their intent. And so we're going to punish them by their intent, not what they actually do.
We're going to punish them by their intent, not what they actually do. So that's what they're punishing him for online right now. And how dare you point that out? That's you making excuses for the bigots.
What J.K. Rowling does do is tweet again and again about transgender rapists.
Okay, so what she does do. Okay, so what she does do is talk about transgender. You know what Blair's argument is here? Is those aren't my trans people. You can actually be that way, where you go. There are people that are trying to claim my identity over here that I do not want them either. Don't try to. You're coming off as, and we won't do that. We know that you cannot come. Rapists are indefensible. Don't defend them. You know that. Okay, so like I don't want to go and jump to the conclusion and say you're defending rapists. But you would. You're going, oh, well, don't speak about those people. It's like, no, speak about them and then explain to the idiots that want to now say all trans people are like that. Tell them that that's stupid. That's dumb. That's just stupid. You're stupid. Then you're being bigoted. We can have that conversation on that level. Why do we have to do it on the? Why do we have to decide what this person has meant? All of that. Okay. So what they actually do? Let's go back.
Not what they actually do.
What J.K. Rowling does do is tweet again and again about transgender rapists.
Okay. She does do is tweet like that. Transgender rapists. Okay, so that's what she does do. That's what she do. Okay, and then
War is peace, freedom is slavery, ignorance is strength. The penis individual who raped you is a woman.
That's him reading an example. So so there is him reading an example from her video. So I'm going to take that out here. Okay. Ignorance is strength, not of strength. Okay, so she's done that. And oh God, that's a horrible. The penis of the individual who raped you is a woman.
Freedom is slavery, ignorance is strength. The penis individual who raped you is a woman.
The penis individual is a woman. Yeah, that is the joke, right? The Ricky Gervais joke where it's like, her penis. You mean her penis. You mean she raped me. Not he. Okay. You know, when they correct that, that's the joke. They correct the pronouns where it's like, okay, son.
The penis individual who raped you is a woman. She's not saying all trans people are rapists. Again,
yeah, but she's encouraging that. So I guess what they will say is that because she's talking about that, she is painting them all as that. But people have they've decided that she's saying that. Whereas why can't we say, okay, but do you like this person over here who's a normal trans person? Yes. Okay. Checks out. Do you think this person over here is a rapist because they're trans? No. Okay, that checks out. That's what I would want to do. Okay. She is not saying that all trans people are rapists. Yeah. And he is getting shat on for that, apparently. She's not saying that, but she's not supposed to be mentioning it. We're supposed to be quiet about it. That's the point. Which is what they also give Blair shit for.
It's the same technique.
About the danger trans women pose to cis women.
It's an
Same technique. Oopsie. Okay, about the danger. Again, about the danger trans women pose to cis women. Yes. Now, does that mean that she wants to lock all the trans people away? I want to know. Does this mean that? Does that?
Danger trans women pose to cis women.
It's an interesting.
And also, this behavior, does this endear this community to her? Does this not push her away completely and say, what the hell is our defending then? Are you all this way? Are you all this crazy?
Point that this individual will get to later about how facts obviously on their own cannot be.
Danger trans women pose to cis women.
It's an interesting point that this individual will get to later about how facts obviously on their own cannot be transphobic or racist or anything. Facts are not anything subjective. They stand on their own.
Ruling is also
Okay. They stand on their own. So this is like a commentary thing that he's saying there. They stand on their own. Okay. So he relates. I'm putting this next to this point over here because he, in his video, he's put them together. So I will put them together in the diagram. Oh my goodness, my computer's having a go slow.
Stand on.
Come now. Uh-oh, Xmind, come on. Come on, Xmind. You were so good. Oh no. Okay. We have to I don't think anybody is a monolith. Okay, there we go. Cool. Copy style. Got a fresh moment on Xmind. Now it'll be fine for the next 2 hours. Okay. Fix it up later, Chinsia. Let's keep going. Okay, stand on their own. Just change this color. I'll fix up the spacing. This link, you should be able to access this link from last week as well. Okay, last week's video. They stand on their own.
Facts are not anything subjective. They stand on their own.
Ruling has also attacked pro-trans politician Nicola Sturgeon, calling her destroyer of women's rights.
Calling her a destroyer of women's rights. Oh my god, enter. There we go. Nicholas Sturgeon, Destroyer of Women's Rights, via a t-shirt. Okay, so via a t-shirt. Via a t-shirt. What does this t-shirt say? Called
via a t-shirt she got from Sturgeon calling her Destroyer of Women's Rights.
Nicholas Sturgeon. Via a t-shirt. What does
Via
the
a
t-shirt
t-shirt
say?
she got from Anti-Sturgeon calling her Destroyer
No.
of Women's Rights via a
Hold on.
t-shirt she got from anti-trans
This is a
hate
great
monger
one where
Posey
they-
Parker.
Let's say you buy a t-shirt from a store.
Destroyer of Women's Rights. So it literally just says Destroyer of Women's Rights. Okay. So yeah, she is saying it via that t-shirt though. Because she appeared in it. I think that that's, especially a statement with a t-shirt with a statement on, that does make sense. Called Nicola Sturgeon, but what she's saying is this is a destroyer of women's rights. Does that mean that she's against trans rights? No, it's she's saying that the way I see it, in the most charitable way, obviously, is what a TERF will say is that we are trying to protect actual women's spaces in terms of cis women. That does not mean we want to now go and throw all the trans people away. It's just that we need to make sure that women are safe and trans people are safe. So these other people that are taking advantage of the whole narrative and people who are trans for the wrong reasons, if you want to call it that, those people, we can't endanger women for them. We've had the same sort of discussion in the the middle ground. I had the same discussion where we would rather make women feel safer, and that's a bad thing. Okay, Destroyer of Women's Rights.
Trans
This is
hate
a great
monger
one where
Posey
they-
Parker.
Okay, so and it's because it's from Posey, so she's associated with Posey Parker as well. So that's also condemned her as well. Associated with Posey Parker. Okay, so now he's going to talk about this t-shirt, but I'm not too sure.
Let's say you buy a t-shirt from a store. A great
Monger
one where
Rights.
they-
Destroyer of Women's Rights via a t-shirt she got from anti-trans
This is
hate
a great
monger
one where
Posey
they-
Parker.
Let's say you buy a t-shirt from a store and you take a picture in that t-shirt. You are now, according to this logic, you are responsible for every other shirt that store sells. Even though you-
Oh yeah, well the association. So associated with Posey Parker. So for me, that is the kind of thing. So it's like, I think her statement wearing the t-shirt, she is saying that's a destroyer of women's rights. She is making that statement. I would, because it does say the person's name and it does say that is a destroyer. Like it's a very clear t-shirt. But having a t-shirt from Posey Parker's store or something like that doesn't necessarily now mean that you completely agree. Like I've got a Mauler, what's the name, vinyl figurine. Does that mean I share absolutely every movie take he has? Probably not. So I think that's the argument he's talking about here, because it's got to do with that illogical sort of. I'm going to just plant you with all of these arguments, and that's going to overwhelm you, and you are going to then just be so exhausted of trying to actually get me to understand what you actually mean that you're going to throw up your hands and say, okay, we're done. So let's say you buy a t-shirt, you are now, according to this logic, you're responsible for every other shirt that someone sells, even though you didn't buy that shirt. Okay. So that's kind of what he means there. Okay. Let's see. You are now Longman. I am Longman. I have that. How do you think I got this amazing voice? Okay. Association. So this is what he actually means. This association is what he's talking about. Oopsie. Okay, that's the association he's talking about. Okay, what does she say next? Oh, cuts off. Let's. There you go.
From anti-trans
This is
hate
a great
monger
one where
Posey
they
Parker
shirt sells.
is transphobic.
Buy that shirt.
I'm not going to argue anymore about whether J.K. Rowling is transphobic, because anyone who believes in transphobia can see that obviously she is.
Ah, this is beautiful. This is beautiful, 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 and you'll know why. Okay, you'll know why. I think you'll know why. So I'm not going to argue, which is fine. Again, but that's again, we're not going to have this conversation. Why must we have this conversation? Okay, I'm not going to argue anymore about whether J.K. Rowling is transphobic. Anyone who believes in transphobia, because now apparently I don't believe in transphobia. I suddenly now, what you've also done with the argument is you've decided that because I'm not seeing what you're seeing, I therefore do not believe in transphobia. You've decided that about me. Okay. Obviously, she is. And it's also like, because it's obvious, guys. Because it's obvious. And if you can't see it, then why must I argue with you?
A, it's too exhausting for me to even be bothered, because B, it's so obvious that C, everyone else can see it. It doesn't require proof.
I'm not going to argue anymore.
Like, it doesn't require proof. Because if you don't see it, then that's it. It's like faith. It's like religion. I love that. I think that's what got it so upset. It got people so upset with him, because he was so based in his response there by translating what she's just said. He was too confident. He had too much confidence there. No. He's got to be just like robotic in his delivery. It doesn't require proof. Okay. Next. Maybe we put it here. I don't know. Let's see.
It doesn't require proof.
I'm not going to argue anymore about whether J.K. Rowling is transphobic, because anyone who believes in transphobia can see that obviously she is.
This is often associated with when someone has a strong emotional presupposition that they cannot quite articulate or defend logically. You'll often see, when you start probing a bit, looking a bit closer, you'll get a reaction similar to, it's so obvious that I'm just astounded that you would even require evidence.
That isn't a technique. It's the technique, and we even saw that in the first diagram we had as well, of debates with what's the name, with Bob and an actual fandom. It was like that. It was kind of like, well, of course it's great. Of course She-Hulk is great. Of course you're sexist. There's no. Of course you're sexist, but tell me how I was sexist. Tell me where I said sexist things. No, that wasn't it. Yeah. So often this is often associated. Okay. Often associated with somebody who's, that you would even require evidence.
Or that you would even have to ask. I'm not even going to have this conversation. It's just too much. It's just, how could you even ask that?
That's usually what we're talking about when we talk about J.K. Rowling, right?
Okay, what are we talking about?
Whether it's fair to cancel her.
Okay, whether it's fair to cancel her. I think that's a good enough thing to have a different one. Whether it's fair to cancel her. Okay, I think that's a new section. I'm liking this Warren guy more than the more I see of him. Seems to be like a cool dude. Yeah, there's a lot of content to go through on his channel. There's a lot that I haven't gone through, but what I have seen, I do like.
We have to accept that realistically, persuading all the bigots is just not an option. Yes, we should convince as many people as possible, but there will always be bigots.
Okay, so the conversation is we're talking about, when we talk about J.K. Rowling, we're talking about whether it's fair to cancel her. We have to accept that persuading all the bigots. Whoa, 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 whoa. Persuading, we've gone from, is it fair to cancel her, to persuading all the bigots. Are you saying persuading all the bigots means persuading the bigots or the people that think that it's not fair to cancel her? So yeah, you've decided that, yeah, if you think it's not fair to cancel her, that means you're a bigot. And what she's saying is accept that you're not going to, it's okay that people find it unfair. They're going to find it unfair anyway. We don't need to have this discussion, which, hey, I kind of got to that because I was like, well, what we over here consider transphobic is not what you consider transphobic. What I consider transphobic is not what somebody who is completely against trans people would consider transphobic, because that would probably be like, I don't give a fuck. Okay, so option yes, we should convince as many people as possible. Okay, so cancel her. Whether it's fair to cancel her, we have to accept realistically persuading all the bigots is not an option. So immediately we've decided you're a bigot as well. Persuading all the bigots is not an option. Okay. We should convince as many people as possible. And what really it strikes me here is when she says we should convince as many people as possible, what she means is we should convince as many people as possible to cancel her, which it sounds so, okay. I'm not a fan of that. Like, you're proud of that? That goes back to my thing of, you're proud of that?
Is just not an option. Yes, we should convince as many people as possible, but there will always be bigots. And mocking them, shaming them, or boycotting them is, I think, a perfectly valid.
Oh, okay. So she's not even saying mocking them, not even saying convincing the people to mock and shame. She's saying the actual mocking and shaming itself is completely valid. Okay. You know what? I respect her honesty. Because hey, I agree as well. Mocking a Nazi is a real Nazi is also quite legitimate, I would say. So if that's what you think the person is, I suppose, yeah, you're going to mock them and shame them. That is what humans do. We mock and shame each other into thinking differently. The perfectly valid strategy. So she's decided it's a perfectly valid strategy. But you see, mocking and shaming, going, ha ha, da 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 da. That's okay, but completely making sure somebody doesn't have an employer, is that really where we want to go with this, huh? That's really as far as you want to go. So, I mean, boycotting them, I don't think mocking and shaming is perfectly fine. Boycotting, on the other hand, I guess do it if it makes you feel better. What the hell, guys? Look what's just happened. We were talking a little while ago. When I first started, he was on 30K subscribers, remember? Now he's lost 100. Interesting. Interesting. Within the span of the stream, he has lost 100 subscribers. Or at least 20, because then it'll go down. So it's very interesting to see because can you imagine he says, thank you for 30K subs, and then the next hour it's like, no. Anyway, I just noticed that, so I thought I would say something about it. Shaming or boycotting is the perfectly valid strategy. The problem is, there we go.
The problem is that we're now shaming someone for a completely different definition. Because if you are considering someone to be a bigot, if they have nothing against someone being transgender, identifying however they want to, but they might have had some trauma in their past and feel a discomfort around male genitalia and might be questioning the legal implications of this on their own rights. If that makes them a bigot, then that's quite a leap. And to then be saying that they should be shamed for that. So keep that in mind as you're analyzing, as you are discussing how these people deserve to be shamed and why debate should be avoided rather than engaged in.
Okay. I think if you're going to engage in it, we need to find, and again, the line, engaging on what is, like getting the evidence and showing she said this and this and this, and I found that transphobic, say that. And then the person responds, well, I didn't find it transphobic, she means this. Then we agree to disagree, which is, I know it's absolutely wild, but that's as far as we can go. We've seen it in debates. Most of the time, nobody's changing their mind. Maybe, but the people that are watching, people that are undecided, that for me, that's what we want debate for. It's for people that don't know, people that are undecided, people that haven't had these thoughts, that haven't questioned anything. Having those debates in front of those people, that helps them. That helps them go and question things like that kid did. The kid hadn't had this kind of thought before. And the other video that I was going to do, it's the same thing. The guy just had never really interrogated, and this is an adult, he'd never really interrogated his feelings about Elon Musk. He'd never really thought about what he's spouting these arguments about Elon Musk, and then realizes, oh, well, it's all just based on he just doesn't like the guy. And that sort of conversation is valuable. And I actually think we focus a lot on the people that have established opinions a lot of the time. We don't actually go and watch people change their minds or watch people decide on things. How do people get to these positions that they then defend to the death? They learn them somewhere. And it's interesting to see that happen. That's what I like about his stuff. But yeah, that's what I wanted to, I wanted to go through that other video, but this is more topical at this point. Okay, transgender, identifying however they want, that's great. Now shaming someone, we're now shaming someone for completely different definition to be a bigot if they have nothing against someone being transgender. Okay, because that is what I would expect. Okay, I will go and clean it up, but this is it. Let's make sure it's purple. Although I might go and change him into blue. I don't know. Okay. Trauma in the past rather than engaged in, because these are bigots. Quite a leap.
Saying that they should be shamed for that. It's analyzing, as you are discussing how these people deserve to be shamed and why debate should be avoided rather than engaged in, because these are bigots we're talking about, so we don't need to reason with them.
This kind of skepticism.
This line here, these are bigots we're talking about, so we don't need to reason with them. I've had that experience that this is not worth engaging on, because this person is not engaging in any kind of good faith, or this person is not willing to just to even expand their own views to give a higher resolution of their own views, of how they came to that and all of that. So I have had that experience where I'm just like, well, what is the point of talking to this person? It's not really working. It's not actually a valuable conversation. So I can agree with that. But then using that as a tactic to not engage with anyone and keep your arguments free from criticism completely, that's a problem. So I agree with picking your battles, picking people that you can actually interact with, that are willing to interact with you. Very difficult to understand. But when it comes to then, you're not even going to even ever try. Even if somebody approaches you, very good faith, not even combative, just asking you questions. Just that's it. No, you're going to immediately label and dismiss them. You're going to decide, wrong kind of person, not speaking to them anymore. You're over correcting me. And that helps you stay in your bubble. Okay, talk about we don't need to reason with them. Yeah.
So we're talking about, so we don't need to reason with them.
This kind of skepticism is in some ways a good impulse, but valuing dispassionate intellectualism above all else can cause problems.
I mean, it can when the other people are not dispassionate about it. When the other people are passionate with hate and rage, it does get to be a no. It gets to be a problem because it's you're trying to engage in this dispassionate way, but people have too much passion. Anyway, sorry, I'm just doing this to try and make this smaller. Okay, stop it. This is the kind of thing that I'm supposed to do before stream. Okay. Okay. So she's decided that we can't be intellectual as well. So I'm going to actually put that as another. I'm going to put it here. Why debate should be avoided rather than engaged in, because these are bigots we're talking to. We don't need to reason with them. This kind of skepticism in some way is a good impulse, but valuing dispassionate intellectualism above all else can cause problems, especially where the topics of social justice are concerned. It can lead you to this kind of toxic centrism that asks, why are marginalized people so unwilling to have calm and philosophical debates about whether they should have rights? Are they afraid of dangerous ideas? Oh my gosh, that's exactly what you say about the bigots. So that's nobody's dispassionate here. I don't know. It's actually nobody's.
Especially where topics of social justice are concerned, because it can lead you to this kind of toxic centrism that asks why are marginalized people so unwilling to have calm philosophical debates about—
That's also another thing. The marginalized. So it's like, put your marginalized armor on, you win. That's it. You're done. You don't have to ever engage because you're marginalized. You never have to. And that's not to say that bigots don't exist, that also just are exactly the same kind of just minded, where it's like, does not compute, just cannot. You're just bigoted in a different way. That's what being bigoted is you're completely convinced on one thing, and you will not engage at all in any kind of discussion otherwise.
About whether they should have rights. Are they afraid of dangerous ideas? I also can't help but notice that none of these civil conversations seem to change anyone's mind.
Oh, I can't help but notice they don't change anyone's mind. Okay, what does that mean then? If they don't change people's minds, yes, a lot of the reason that people don't change their minds is because of the mechanics of the conversation, the social implications, the arguments, the shame of lots of people won't want to admit they're wrong, that sort of thing. That doesn't happen. The reason that student admits that he's wrong in the previous conversation is because he's a student and he's talking to a teacher. That's the only reason that actually happens. Whereas in another context, it's very difficult to ever admit you're wrong. Maybe you'll go along and move around, which I'm sure I definitely did because I was properly woke. You go around and you spout all the things and you say all the things, and then you learn And you go, oh, okay. And then you stop shouting so loud about Trump being the worst thing in the world. And you go, oh, okay. Well, that maybe he's not. Okay. You start having toxic centrism, I suppose. Okay, I can't help. I'm going to put this as a second one. It is an interesting thing to consider. How do you change people's minds? Do you remember? That is a question I would maybe try and pose to the thinkers tomorrow. Do you remember having your mind changed on something? Can we map that? That would be interesting. We don't have to map it, but I want to talk about that because I would like also. There are views that I don't even remember when they changed or how, but I know they did, and I'm just thinking, what did I go through at that point? Did I go? Oh, I'm stupid. I just went on. I guess I just said, oh well, new information came to me and I changed my mind. So I think what we should do is maybe go over. I think it was someone having their mind changed in real time. I want to do that one. That'll be the next one we do. Actually, it was that's podcaster, man. It'll come to me. It's not Joe Rogan, but he changed his mind and became more right wing. You know, right wing in the sense that everybody who's centrist is now suddenly right wing. Yeah. Oh yes, that's also that toxic word that comes before centrism. That's what makes people like me be labeled right wing or far right, which is hilarious. And I've also been now labeled far left and leftard, so that's quite an interesting. I guess that's what true centrism is: being called an idiot by both sides of the spectrum, I suppose. Also can't help but notice none of these civil conversations. So none of the civil conversations change anyone's mind. So re-education camps will change people's minds. I'm making a joke. Okay. But one of these civil conversations change anyone's mind. Why would that be? Why would that
Conversations seem to change anyone's mind.
Looking at that statement, do you think that was the best way to phrase?
No.
Persuasion
I like that he put that in. He puts that in. He says, so do you think it was the best way to phrase that? It doesn't change anyone's mind. It changed his mind. But why? He could admit he was in a space where he could actually admit that he had changed his mind. There's nothing wrong with that. Brilliant. I love that he put that in there. I'm just going to put there literally shows clip of someone changing their mind. And I think I actually had conversations like that with my dad. I think that might have been one of the things that happened. But I think also facts did change my feelings. Like I remember thinking that Trump was absolutely full of shit, saying that Democrats want abortion at 9 months. I was like, that is absolute bullshit. And then you can actually find people, you actually find proper politician people that want to make the baby comfortable and whatever. And they're okay with that. That's still an abortion. That's was quite one of the. I know that's one of my biggest eye openers was where I realized that actually that wasn't a full on lie because I thought it was. I remember spitting that. Oh, let's look at this guy. That's not what they want. And then I actually got evidence that it is that there are people that are like that. Yeah. I think that most people don't change their minds entirely or majorly. They see situations differently or with more nuance. Yeah, you go on to new situations and you see them differently. And that has a knock-on effect for more lessons that you'll learn. So any major change will take longer. So if you change one little perspective over here, that will lead to more learning over here. And that matures not your values, but what you notice in life will change. It's an exponential effect. It's almost people. It's like almost like people think differently when they receive differing amounts of information. What a concept. Yeah. Literally shows clip of someone changing their mind. Okay, I'm going back. Sorry.
Conversations seem to change anyone's mind.
Looking at that statement, do you think that that was the best way to phrase?
No.
Persuasion is more complicated and less rational than people think. Public debate is one way that we define the limits of the Overton window. The range.
Okay. So I actually want to put that here. That's not to do with whether we found it fair to cancel her. This has got to do with oopsie. This has got to do with her. The Overton window. God, what is the way that this woman speaks? And I know that I'm one to talk. Okay, I've got like the female version of V's voice. That squeakiness, that weird piercingness. But I still don't appreciate her voice. Okay, I'm okay. I can have my voice and also not appreciate her voice at the same time.
Range of beliefs that is socially accepted. We define and less rational than people think. Public debate is one way that we define the limits of the Overton window, the range of beliefs that is socially acceptable to hold. So often people who want to promote bigotry will use debate as a foot in the door. It's a way of establishing that their prejudices are within the realm of reasonable and socially accepted opinion.
This kind of goes to my claim of.
Okay, sorry, before you, I'll let her finish. So let me just finish that. Public debate is one way we define the limits of the Overton range of belief that is socially acceptable. So often people who want to promote bigotry will use debate as a foot in the door. So that's why we have to deplatform everybody who says things we don't like. That's it. You silence them. And that's how you win. Shh. Make them keep quiet, and then everything will be okay. Can't let them talk about it. And of course, then I would say, no, I want you to tell me your stupid ideas so I can see that they're stupid.
I like to engage in conversations. I'm confident that bad ideas can be relatively easily disassembled, but you must engage with them to do so. It's better to have, let's say, if there is a real Nazi, to have them come out into the light and to put forth their flag in the hill in the public discourse in that Overton window, rather than do it in the shadows. So by using those extreme examples to then argue against debate itself, rational debate, I would actually do the opposite. I would encourage you to think about it the opposite way.
Yeah. That is the whole reason yes, there's the optics of it, of course. There's the optics of debate that everybody's trying to get other people on their side. That's the whole reason. But I'd rather have that than not speaking about it at all. And it mustn't be this blah, 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 owns, blah, blah, blah. No, I want conversations. Okay, less rational than people think. Public debates is want to promote bigotry. What's the foot in the door? But what bigots will do is reveal themselves, because a lot of the time it's you just say, okay, let's go, let's follow your argument. Let's walk me down your Nazi path and tell me where this is, and then I will be able to identify. That's a stupid idea. That's dumb. Really? You think that like a person's color of their skin, it makes them more or less valuable? Okay, cool. I like to engage in Conversations, yeah, same. I'm criticized for that because I just talk all the time, forever. Okay, encourage you to think about the opposite way, okay?
Having the debate on a bigot's terms is not a good way to win people over.
Having a debate on the bigot's terms. What does it mean to have a debate on someone's terms? Because a lot of the time, as Sitch has taught us, you're debating about what the terms mean. So we have to find terms that we agree on so that we can discuss what we disagree. That, like, you have to keep going further and further into HD because, yeah, you need to find some sort of common ground. And it's not about common ground in terms of what do we agree on. We have to find something to agree on. It's more like, what language can we speak to each other that we can understand? When I say this word, you need to have this idea in mind. When you say this word, I have to have this idea in mind. This is what I mean. And I have to admit that my definition isn't the same as your definition. And then maybe we can talk about how we came to our definitions, which is what he did in his argument or his discussion with that student. Was he's just asking questions. Cool, let's have a look. What did you get your conclusions from? Where did you get that from? Okay, having the debate on a bigot's terms is not a good idea. That's quite an interesting thing. Having the debate on a bigot's terms is not a good way to win people over. Unless you're really skilled in the art of humiliating people, which I suppose we can say people like Vaush and all of those internet debate people, I suppose. Yeah. It's not on their terms. It's not on your terms. It's meant to be, yeah, okay? Public debates. She's just basically saying, yeah, public debate is, I mean, hello, election debates and whatever is for that sort of thing, I understand. But the reason that anybody should have any sort of conversation about something they disagree on is to think more. Voice your thoughts.
Unless you're really skilled in the art of humiliating people, which most of the time is what public debate.
I can't. How many minutes do we have left? 4? Okay, cool. Because I can't, you know what, guys? No, I can't. I can't go to her 2-hour video and do this. I won't be able to. I have to get like an AI voice to voice over her, and then maybe I'll be able to watch it. Because I will just descend into stupid ad hominem like that. Because it's like, I cannot handle it. Okay? Oh, what is it actually about?
Most of the time is what public debate is actually about.
Yeah.
It's not on their terms. It's not on your terms. It's meant to be.
Sorry, what? Yeah, let's go back to normal things.
Objective. You have every opportunity that they have. So do not shy away from debate unless it's on your terms, because by definition, it's then biased. True debate should be a meeting at the 50-yard line, and it's on no one's terms. It's on simply the terms of truth and logic. You can't be afraid of that.
I like that. I think that for the thinkers, one of the questions I would want to ask tomorrow is, of the thinkers, is what would make a good debate? What would you want a debate? What would make for a good debate? And one of the things that I did have that I did seem to show as the best form of debate was the Destiny and Blair White debate, because they didn't do most of their tactics were not this, you said this, it was more just this is what my argument is, and then they'll go, oh, okay, based on that, this is what my argument is. That was one of the best ones that I've gone through, and that's what my favorite kind of debate would be, because yes, I do enjoy a good old got him. But yeah, that when you're just going for the gotchas, the discussion is going to just become highly diluted and all about the optics and debate. Sorry, most of the time public debate. It's actually about it's not on their terms. It's not on your terms. It's meant to be objective. It's what you have. Every opportunity that they have. Don't shy away from debate unless it's on your own terms. That doesn't mean that civility and expecting a certain way of discussing that sort of thing is not warranted. So what we would need to define what it means on their terms. What does it mean on their terms? It's like, well, we have to realize that our terms are not the same. From the beginning, we have to realize that our terms are not the same. Then we can have a conversation that shows what differs about them.
Is actually about.
It's not on their terms. It's not on your terms. It's meant to be objective.
Playing this again.
You have every opportunity that they have. So do not shy away from debate unless it's on your terms, because by definition, it's then biased. True debate should be a meeting at the 50-yard line, and it's on no one's terms. It's on simply the terms of truth and logic. You can't be afraid of that.
Before I move on, I do want to clarify that I do think there are trans issues that are legitimately debatable by people who are not bigots.
By people that are
good.
not bigots. So again, that goes back to redefining the term of bigots, because that's going to knock out a large subset of people that want to engage in the debate, which might be convenient, but at least you're acknowledging that there are certain things that are worthy of debate. There are certain nuances.
In my opinion,
Yay! Look at him. He gave kudos to Contra. But somehow he still deserves to be fired or something. You outlined, move on, clarify. I do think there are trans issues debatable by people who are not bigots. So it's like, okay, if you are deemed to be not bigot, you may speak, which is great. Thank you. I think we're seeing the response video style here, guys. That's what your response video diagram is. It's claim, response, claim, response, claim, response. That's what we're doing when we watch our reaction content. We're looking for that. I like the way it just naturally came out that way. Warren needs to review Adams. Everyone who disagrees with me is a suspected pedo. Next. Oh. I think, I don't know. He's got some other content. He's dealing with the mob at the moment. Let's see if he does that.
opinion, trans women in women's sports is one of those issues.
Oh, she has nuances. So she's not a bigot, guys. She's not a bigot, except other people would be able to label her that. Okay, sorry, I haven't actually given his response yet. I move on to did it by people that are not big. So again, that goes back to redefining the term bigot, not biggest, transcribing people, because that's going to knock out a large subset of people that want to engage in the debate, which might be convenient, but at least you're acknowledging that there are certain things that are worthy of debate. There are certain nuances. Okay, in my opinion. Okay, so here we go. Ta-da! Okay. Let's see.
Not bigots.
By people that are not things that are worthy of debate, there are certain nuances.
In my opinion, trans women in women's sports is one of those issues, but it's a complicated issue.
Okay, so we're acknowledging there is nuances.
Like, first of all, which sport are we talking?
Yes, exactly, Contra. Okay, so might be community. Women's sports is one of those issues, but it's a complicated issue. But what if I say that you're a bigot for asking the question? What then? What if I don't want to engage with you at all because you are even questioning? Why did you even question cis and trans people in sports? That doesn't make sense. What if I just decided it's not a complicated issue? If I decided that, oh, if you have a penis, that you have to go to the men's bathroom. There's a more nuanced discussion about bathrooms.
Issues, but it's a complicated issue.
Okay, so we're acknowledging there is nuances.
Like, first of all, which
Look, you gave her another kudos, acknowledging there are nuances. You gave another kudos, guys. I don't know why he needs to not have a way of making a living now. But okay. First of all,
which sport are we talking about? Are we talking about figure skating?
Good question.
Middle school field hockey?
Again, laws.
Okay, which sports we're talking about? Figure skating, hockey again. Those be parts. Okay, so which sports are we talking about? Well, which laws are we talking about that allow people that aren't actually trans to use the trans narrative to their advantage to harm women? What are the instances in which that would happen? Can we have the nuanced and complicated view that there are good actors and bad actors, and we need to try and figure out who's who?
Hockey?
Again, laws are not going to be applied sport by sport.
The laws are not going to be applied sport by sport. The laws are not going to be applied. He says again, but we obviously never saw that. Sport by sport. It's another good example of how laws are universally applied. That's why we can't think about it like that. I see no reason why trans. Okay. There would be a general guideline of determining which sports. I would want that. Of which sports are allowed and which aren't. Okay.
It's another good example of how laws are universally applied. That's why we can't think about it like that.
I see no reason why trans girls should be excluded from that. But if we're talking about professional weightlifting, well, then it seems plausible that trans women who have been through male puberty may still retain some kind of group advantage.
So her opinion over here is, okay, middle school is fine, but then weightlifting. So she's got different lines here. So she gives a look, I have a nuanced opinion. Girls should be excluded from that. She doesn't think girls should be excluded from field hockey. Be excluded from that. But we're talking about professional weightlifting, then it seems plausible that trans women who have been through male puberty may still retain some kind of group advantage. Okay, so you're willing to do that. Whoa. What a transphobe.
Some kind of group advantage. But not all trans women have experienced male puberty. People are
and that's a problem.
Transitioning younger now, and that's another thing you have to consider.
Yeah, there's another thing I don't want to consider. No. I don't want that. People are transitioning younger. That is a big point of contention, honey. But, I guess she's saying if we accept that, and in her worldview, she's accepting that. So, yeah. Another thing, people are trans. Well, I can't. Okay, so I need to go here through male puberty. If we're talking professional weightlifting, Okay, I need to go and put them in the wrong place. Grooved advanced, but not all trans women have experience made. Puberty people are transitioning younger now, and it's another thing you have to consider. Okay. Almost done.
Consider.
And that might be another thing that some people would like to discuss, and that does not make them a bigot.
So
Another thing that some people would like to discuss, that does not make them a bigot. Interesting. Does it make you a bigot to want to ask about whether we do those kinds of things to children?
That does not make them a bigot.
So I'm not against debating this issue. I just want people to approach it with nuance and good faith.
We agree
Oh
on
my
that.
God.
Well, look at that.
He agrees. So he wants people to approach with good faith. I don't want to. No, that's another thing is I'm not against debating this issue. I just want people to approach it with nuance and good faith. That's a great conclusion. I'll put this here. Just hold on. Oh, see, it's a floating term now. But there it is. And he goes impressed. Okay.
Color me surprised. Thank you, Contrapoints, for. I'm glad we could end this on a note of agreement. 2 hours? That must have taken you a lot of work. So props for that.
He even
Thank you
says
for
props for the works, and he even says thank you. I forgot about that. And then the final props is all of this.
Participating in the discourse and putting this out there, regardless of any reactions you get. At least you're putting your voice out there. Like I said, don't be afraid of doing it on someone else's terms.
How cool is that? But then from that, he's now gotten a whole bunch of shit.
Laura, I have never.
Oh, I love her. But yeah, I'll put that away. Let's actually go. I will take this off. I'm going to go and look at Twitter now. It is Twitter.
Cis women.
It's an interesting.
Okay. We finished on time, but I am going to his Twitter to see what's up on there. We said we'd. I'm not going to diagram this. Okay, there we go. I said drama diagram, but that was just because I had that idea at some point. Oh, why am I not following him? Okay. Did you reconsider what he was thinking while saying that, since he wouldn't say evil things out loud? What? Okay. So, thank you so much, Elon Musk. That was he shared the art of thinking critically. Okay, what happened? Side scrollers. So he went on to side scrollers. See you Wednesday. Attack on the YouTube channel and standing up to the mob. Their actions are okay. I'll show it to you now. So like he's trying to get people to watch like his short films and things like that, and add some other interesting conversations. The teacher from the Bar Club where you give student lessons. 43 million times on X. On X he got 43 million views. Here it is, the full unedited debate, teacher versus teacher, the impact on Elon Musk. Oh wow, yes. Okay, because I didn't. I was doing 10 minutes of it. When two teachers debate, I need this. I need to save this. Putting words. Okay, so this is what happened. When another teacher challenged me, you already stated in your video that you think it's fine to refer to people who advocate for the rights of trans students at thingy as Death Eaters, the soul-sucking demons, Harry Potter. It's fine. They're not trans people. They're trans activists, right? No, it's a subset of trans activists. Thanks, Andrew. We finished. Okay, so there is another good example. Yeah, so where is 14K? What are people doing? They're just mentioning his employers. Let's see what's in the replies here. I'm almost done. Okay. I'd like to host you for an interview. Okay, so that's lots of people. On February 7, trans activists discovered my startup and infiltrated the App Store and Google Play with 1-star reviews, purely because the app was for women and not men who claim to be women. Oh, wow. Hi, Warren. You're quite right that taking it down won't work. Hold fast. Sorry you're experiencing the worst of the mob. Only way out now is true, and you're not alone, so reach out. Yeah, exactly. That's what he's been doing. I don't know what you guys are talking about. I was supposed to do this. This is what I was supposed to bring up. Okay. Don't back off your point because of the master's mob. So I'm hoping that all of the support does get to him, and you can see. Thank you so much for your support. And then I'm sure that this appearance on the podcast, I'll go and watch that as well. That would have helped him out as well. Yeah, very good. Stay strong. All the more reason to continue teaching and demonstrating critical thinking skills. We need it now more than ever. Sorry about the haters. Stay strong. Yeah. Okay. So the hate, it's basically what he spoke about in his message. But now, guys, considering what you saw in the Contrapoints video, how on earth did they, as Blair would say, did they fix their mouths to go after him? Like, as if he was the worst thing. He said all these horrible things. He just dared to say, maybe not. I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to get going. It is exactly midnight. And there are many things to do tomorrow and the next day and the next. And I have. Never mind. I was going to say I hadn't ordered my horse riding pants, but I do have them. So that's happening this weekend. So wish me luck for that. But you'll see me tomorrow on Thinkers. Awesome, everybody. Thank you for everybody who has been chilling the whole way through. Let me just check something. Let me see if Delta is still live on Twitch. Because if we could go and raid him, that would be great. I don't know. Sorry, you have to be a certain size to raid on YouTube. Whereas Twitch was like, oh, it's okay, sweetie. If you can raid on your own. It's one raid if it's you there out in the front going, hee-hee. So just hold up. Yeah, Kevin is... Kevin is still streaming, so we can raid channel. Pick a live channel. Hello, is it not? It's not allowing me to raid his channel. Interesting. Hold up, let me just see something. Did he just turn off? What's up? Maybe he's got it set up that you can't. Try it again. Raid fail. Hey, Scuff Queen, read it. Yeah, there we go. Aha! He's playing Last Epoch. So let us go there. I will start the raid there, and then I will finish over here. Ready to raid in 7-5. Anyway, guys, we will see you tomorrow on Thinkers, hopefully. And yeah, have a nice life and subscribe, you bitch. Okay, bye. Actually, it's Kthxbai is the line. Sorry. Scuff.